TDS has a lot of new challenges, and in this video, I'm going to beat the challenge called Legion. Let's go. So, I spawned in and hopped into a solo match. When I loaded in, I got down an ace pilot to deal with the early game. The ace pilot did good for the early game. Then I started farming a bit. It did good for wave 4. Wave 5, the first speedies came in, but at wave 6, I leaked a ton of speedies, and that was not good. By wave 10, I had 4 ace pilots down and they were destroying everything. Except for one abnormal boss that I leaked. But I took care of the other one pretty easily. By wave 12, I got down an accelerator. And I used it to deal with the wave 13 hiddens. And hiddens would end up being a very, very big issue. My accelerator had to recharge, and that ended up making me leak 3 of the shadows. So that caused me to die at wave 14. After this, I hopped into a duo match with fellow YouTuber Cockadoodle Gaming. We had the plan where he would place an engineer and I would start farming. We readied up and then we began. I got down 4 farms relatively fast. The engineer was destroying the early abnormals and quicks. I got down a rocketeer, which is a strange choice, by wave 6. And by wave 10, the first big challenge came, which was the abnormal boss. We ended up killing it because the turkey kid got 2 engineers and I had a relatively okay leveled rocketeer. The rocketeer really helped a lot with the hiddens because only the engineers itself had hidden detection, not the sentries. Which makes it not great for hidden detection. We were about to leak them, but my rocketeer ended up killing them barely. So it was good. I got down a ace pilot during wave 15 when the really, really big issue came, and that was the sped up shadows. I tried to get down a brawler, but it didn't work, so we just died. I got another match. This time I placed down an ace pilot for early game at one side. Now thinking about it later, I probably should have placed it on the other side, like in the center. But for some reason I really wanted to have the figure 8 like a certain way. So I ended up just deleting this one, which I should not have done. That was a very bad choice. And I replaced it, except I placed it the exact same way as I did last time, so it had the figure 8 the same way. But I just decided to leave it, because I didn't want to delete it again. So it was just kind of a waste. By wave 8, I got a brawler on the other side, which kind of made it more even, and the brawler is doing pretty good. By wave 15, it was the fast shadows, and these again killed us. So I just restarted again. I started farming again, and Turkey Kid placed down an engineer. The engineer was doing really good, and by wave 9, I got down an accelerator to deal with hiddens. I got two accelerators also to try and deal with wave 15 hiddens. Wave 15 hiddens were really hard, but we were doing a lot better than usual with the two accelerators helping out. And we ended up killing them, which was good. I started spamming Rocketeers because they had pretty heavy damage, 40 damage per shot or something. And that ended up saving us a lot of times. The shadow bosses came. My Rocketeers couldn't save us this one. The Turkey Kid placed down an accelerator and I did too, but it just wasn't enough to save us from the shadow bosses. So this is gonna be my first matchmaking run. I placed on an ace pilot correctly this time, which is good. My teammates got some militants and turrets, which was okay damage. We made it past the wave 15 hiddens relatively easily. Then breakers came, which one of them leaked, but we took care of it. Then on wave 26, another big issue came, the glitches. I tried to restart, but my teammates left. For this one, I changed my loadout a bit. I took out some towers and put in some different ones. Like cowboy and other stuff. I placed down a cowboy in the middle for early game. Then I started making a little like army over by this side. Get some good cash. Looking back on this now, I probably should have just placed farms. I got a lot, except the big issue was I only had one that had hidden detection. Luckily, my teammates got a pyro down, which melted through the hiddens. Then the breakers came, which were pretty easy. My cowboys could almost deal with all of them. Then the Fallens on wave 21 came, but with the back defense that my teammates placed down, we actually killed the Fallens, which is good. So I got a Rocketeer, because it does 115 damage, which is really good. Then I maxed it on wave 25, because then it is 275 damage, which is a lot for a slash damage tower. We almost took out the glitches, but it just wasn't enough, and we ended up dying on wave 26. I decided to change my loadout once again, but I got into a bad match, and that didn't really work. So I did Commander and other stuff. When I got into the match, for some reason, I think like my other teammate left, so it just ended up being a duo match, and we died on wave 15. It wasn't really good. I sold my farms to try and play something, but we died. Then, after this, I took a bit of a break, and my avatar changed, because I was doing something in Brookhaven, I don't know. But once I loaded in, I got into a match, and I thought that this would be the one that I won. I got with some pretty good teammates, and I placed a gladiator on the beginning of each path to help with early game. By wave 3, I had 2 level 1 gladiators, and they were shredding through the zombies. My teammate also placed a pyromancer, a golden one, on each path, which helped a lot. And my teammate got down a frostblaster, which ended up saving us so many times. Because then I was able to get a brawler down, which killed the guys with damage. Then the wave 15 shadows came, but we actually did really well against them and killed like the majority and didn't have any leak. We started getting some, once the glitches came, it was scary. We almost died, except I was able to place an accelerator and it saved us. At wave 30, the tank came. One thing I did not know is that there were going to be 2 tanks. But for some reason, they both spawned on the same path, so it's kind of strange. You see 2 tanks here, then if you look at the other side, then there's no tanks. So it's kind of strange. We pretty easily cut through them with the brawler and the frostbuster, keeping them in place. This brawler just started standing. I don't know, he wasn't like loading his animation. It was really weird. Then the warden came, which was a very big issue because it had 80,000 health and it stunned all of our major DPS. Luckily, the brawlers were stun immune and they kept attacking, even the one that had no animations. We should probably have gotten like a splash damage tower, like a mortar or something, but luckily we had elf camps, which kind of work. We ended up killing the warden, barely, but that was the second highest health enemy that we had to deal with. The Fallen Kings spawned because it was wave 40. What I did not know was that there were going to be 2 Fallen Kings, which kind of surprised me when it came. So I really just stayed the last of my defenses down, like a brawler, another brawler. Then I looked and saw that 2 Fallen Kings had spawned. The Fallen King on this path died much faster because this Fallen King had a lot less attacking it. But this one had already gotten into its rage mode, which was good. We were doing lots and lots of damage to it, and then it stopped. That stunned everything. It was devastating to our towers. But we killed it a bit after the intersection. Now we had this one with about 80,000 HP and already at the intersection. It summoned. Okay, so he just did the shield. But I knew that, like, at this time, if it stomped here, we would have died. Like, we would have no chance of beating it if it just stomped. Because all our stuff would be stunned, but we beat it. And we won. I loaded into the lobby, and I checked my inventory for the new stuff that I got. I opened the 2 high grade crates, and the first thing I got was a nuke. Thank you guys for watching, and maybe watch some of the videos that come up here.